Hi besties, welcome back to my channel again. It's me, Style by Cheesy. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could get notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this. So on today's channel, I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful milkmaid dress with a gathered basque line. So I made use of, for the yards of this, I made use of 4.5 inches of fabric. If you're on the smaller side, you can make use of 4 inch on 3.5, 4 inch to be on the safer side, but for me I made use of 5 inches. So if this is what you're interested in, you'd like to watch this video to the end. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it. So for this, what I did is to go about, take out my I measured my basic bodies. If you don't know how to go about your basic body measurements, I'm going to drop that down the description box. So for the, I'm going to be using the back neckline to cut this on my pattern paper first. So I took my vertical point, which is my chest line, bust point, under bust and waistline. Please make sure you take your under bust and my hip length. The SS after my waistline is my hip length. Okay, so from my waistline, I'm going to draw a straight line and connect it into that hip, into my hip line. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure this is my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 29, so I went and chalk it down. I'm going to connect it from my waistline down to that line which I just marked. Okay, like I said, my neck width for this is 3, neck width 3, while neck depth 1 inch. Yeah, I made use of 1 inch for my back neckline. I'm going to be making use of the back neckline first before working on our front neckline. Okay, so after connecting, slanting a slanted line into my hip line, I'll just cut it out. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut out, use this pattern paper and cut on my back. Okay, hope you guys understand. So the fabric I'm making use of is a crepe, but I don't know, it's a bale crepe. There's how this crepe is somehow is very heavy and soft, is not that stretchy. Yeah, and I have my chantilly lace. I have 1.5 yard. If you're on the big small size side, you can make use of 1 inch. I have my zip, matching zip. Okay, but you can make use of a cotton or a chinos fabric. Yeah, the chinos was too stiff and too strong for me, so I decided to make use of this bale crepe. The crepe is really beautiful. Honestly, you need to feel the texture of this particular crepe. This particular crepe is totally different and I really love it. I prefer it to the chinos, but you can use chinos if you want. It just depends on your preference. Okay, so I'll be cutting for the back. I'm going to use this pattern paper cut on my actual fabric for the back before working on my front neckline on the pattern paper. Okay, so there I just marked my 2 inch for my zipper allowance, and I'm going to go ahead, use my pin and pin it down. Okay, hope you understand. I'm just trying to secure it down so when cutting it doesn't dance around. Just make use of whatever you have to just hold down your pattern paper on your fabric. So I'm just, after which I'm going to cut it out on the armhole area. I'm not going to give allowance to it. I'll just give a quarter, my neckline a quarter, the shoulder line a 1/4 inch. Then by the side I'm going to give it about SS allowance, like 2 inch or 2.5 inch, just the way you see me doing. Okay, I don't need much allowance for that area. And on the length, I'm going to give it about 1/2 inch. Okay, so just do as you see me doing. On the side, make sure you give it SS allowance. Okay, so on the waistline, I'm going to just slant it down and slant it up. This is going to prevent our zip from bulging. This is what we normally do if you always follow my channel, to prevent our zip from bulging. Okay, so that's it for the front. After cutting it, I just trim the SS and I'm going to set this aside, remove the pins, and we're going to be working on our front neckline. Okay, so guys, for the front neckline, what I'm going to do is from my chest line, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inch. You can come up by 1 inch, you can come up by 2 inch, depend on how exposed you want your chest area to be, but I am okay with 1.5 inch. So this is going to be serving as my new chest line. I'll go ahead and mark a straight line just the way you saw me do. Then from the under bust, this is why I said the under bust is very important. While taking your measurements, drafting out your measurements, make sure your under bust is there. I came out from my underbust by 1/2 inch, and from my new chest line I came in by 1 inch. I'm going to slant from that 1 inch. I'm going to slant it all the way into the neckline area, just the way you saw me do. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is from our center front, I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch and make a curve. But before making a curve, from my underbust, the new underbust, I came up by 1/2 inch. I'm going to take my nipple to nipple divided by 2, chalk it down, and make a curve from that center front. I got 1/2 inch, make a curve just the way you see me do. And from the other side, from my new chest line, I'm equally going to make, from that chest line I came in by 1, I'm equally going to make a curve just this way to meet the other curve. I'm just going to blend it in. This is going to serve as our bust. This is where our bust is going to be sitting. Okay, don't worry, I know you feel it's too small, but after cutting it out, I'm going to do a slash and spread for it. So I'm going to cut it out just the way you see me do. So after cutting, I'm going to cut out this side. This is our shoulder line, okay, the armhole side and our shoulder line. I'm going to throw the other one away. Hope you understand. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to make my slash and spread on that cup. That's the curved area. I'm going to make a slash and spread on it. Okay, so I'm going to be dividing what I have here by 3, and I'm going to bring my tape and divide it 3 inches gap and make a straight line just the way you see me do. Okay, after which I'm going to cut it out. After cutting it out, I'm going to label the lines 1, 2, 3. So guys, for the splash and spread, I'm going to bring another pattern paper, the one that has enough pattern paper just the way you see on the screen right now. And the gap interval I'm going to be making use of is 4.5. If you're on the small side, make use of 1.5, 2 inch or 2.5, depending on how big you are. So mine, I am on the big side. I'll be making use of 4.5, just the way you see me doing for the gaps. Okay, so I'm going to pin them down on it. After pinning it down, I'm going to use my marker and make a curve just the way you're going to see me do now. So guys, after making the curve, I'm going to use my scissors and cut it out. I'll trace it out just the way you see me doing on a curve as well, the way it is before. Okay, I'm just going to cut out the excesses I have on the front. So this is going to be serve as our new cup line. Okay, don't worry, it's looking big, but we're still going to pleat on it. Okay, don't just follow the process and you see. So guys, that is it for my front. So I'm going to cut on my actual fabric now. So I'm going to place the pattern paper on a fold. Remember, your center front should be on the folded area. Okay, just the way you see me do. The center front should be on a folded area. Okay, then I'm going to use my pin to secure it down just this way so it doesn't shift, and after which I'm going to be cutting it out. Please remember, the center front should be on a fold. So down, I'm going to give it 1/4 inch. Then by the side, like I said before, on the up area and the cup area, I'm going to give it 1/4 inch or no inch at all. The armhole area, I'm going to give it 1/4 inch as well. Then the side, I'm going to be giving it about 2 or 2.5 inches SS, just the way I did for the front. Yeah, you know, I said you're going to give it SS in case you add before, or you're just going to be on the safer side. So for this yoke, this shoulder line, I'm going to label it my yoke. I'm going to place it. Don't worry, it shouldn't be on a fold. You just have to but fold your fabric into 2, but it doesn't mean it shouldn't be on a fold. Like, it shouldn't be on a covered edge. You can just cut it out all round. Okay, so I'm going to give it 1/2 inch all around, or 1/4 inch all around. I think 1/4 inch is okay, so I'm going to give it 1/4 inch all around. The armhole area, the same thing. I'm going to give it 1/4 inch all around. As you can see, I traced it all around. Then for the bust area, I'm going to get another fabric because this is not going to be enough. So this is it, guys. I'm going to make it the upper area, I'm going to make sure it has about 2 or 1.5 inch allowance. That's going to serve as where my elastic is going to be to sit on. Okay, so on the upper side, make sure you have excess allowance about 1.5 or 2 inch, just an allowance that is going to be safe for you to pass your elastic through. So I'm going to use my pin and pin it down, then I'm going to cut it out. So after I'm done cutting, I'm going to cut a lining piece for both the front and the back. Then for the cup area, I'm going to label this the cup, and for the cup area and the yoke area and my sleeve is going to be the chantilly lace. Okay, so but for the body, the back front body, I'm going to use my normal fabric, normal lining for it. So this is the cup and the yoke. I'm going to be cutting my chantilly lace, folding my chantilly lace into 2 and cutting. I'm going to cut it out. Okay, you know, the one on the thumbnail, the cup has a lace. The lace is what they use to cover the cup area. I hope you understand. So this actual fabric is going to be inside, while my lace is going to be, okay, the lace is going to be outside, while the fabric itself is going to be inside. Same thing for my yoke and my sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the yoke as well. Guys, if you watched to this extent and you're still yet to subscribe to this channel, please guys, do good by subscribing to this channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell on so you could get notified whenever we post videos like this. Okay, so guys, we are going to be joining them now. So what I'm going to do is to bring my chantilly lace, turn it, face it right side facing each other, and I'm going to sew the down parts. Just watch and see what I'm doing. I'm going to take it to my machine and make a stitch all around, leaving the upside open. I'm also going to make do same thing on the other cup. Okay, I'm equally going to do same thing for the yoke area. I'm going to be stitching one side and leaving the armhole area open. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, stitch the other side and leaving the armhole area open. So for the body of our dress, for the front and for the back, I'll use my lining to I'll join my lining to it. Okay, I use the lining for it. The body is the lining, while the cup and the yoke and the sleeve is the chantilly lace. Okay, so I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch the side and the center, leaving the cup side open and the down side open. Okay, I'm equally going to do same thing for the back, then after which I'll show you how it looks. So this is it, guys. As you can see, the center area is closed, the sides is closed, while the cup area and the down area with the armhole is still open. Okay, so I'm going to bring my cup now, take it to my sewing machine and fold it in. While folding it, I'm going to leave a space where my elastic is going to be passing through. So when I'm done, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so this is it, guys. I've gone ahead to secure a space where my elastic is going to be passing through. So to know the exact size of elastic you're going to take, you're going to measure the distance between the two cups. Okay, and mine is 8 and I am going to be cutting 8 inches for both. I made a mistake while cutting. I was supposed to, that 8 I was supposed to divide it by 2, which is 4 for the other side, 4 for the other side. So I just went ahead to cut 8 for the other side, 8 for the other side. So please, when cutting yours, just make sure you cut whatever you get from the distance, divide it into 2 and cut your elastic. So I passed my elastic through it, and I'm going to use my pin to secure it down. Just watch what I'm doing. Secure it down from half-inch side. I'm going to use my pin to hold it down. Hope you understand. I'm going to pass it to the other side, use my pin and secure it down as well. Then I'm going to turn it all around and make a pleat. But first of all, I'm going to notch the center area for the cup area. I'm going to place it on center of the other of the body of our dress. Then I'm going to pleat about 3 pleating all around, just to fit into the bust, like the round on, like just to fit into the curve. we have on our dress. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and make a pleat. So after I was done making a pleat, this is how it looks. Hope you see how it looks. It's really coming out fine. So what we're going to do now is to attach our shoulder to it. So I'm going to place my shoulder to it this way, front side facing each other. Place the both side, and I'm going to go to my sewing machine and stitch, and I'm equally going to stitch on the other side, after which I'm going to show you how it looks. So guys, this is how it looks. I'm done attaching it. Don't worry, the open edge, I'm going to show you how we're going to join it together with the back. Okay, so this is it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the two back, and I'm going to use my pin. That is where my zip is going to be sitting on. I'm going to use my pin first of all to pin it down, just to secure it for me to join the front and the back together, after which I'm going to remove the pin and add my zipper. But for now, I'm going to use my pin to secure it down. So after I am done, I'm going to open it up just this way, bring my front neckline. I'm going to bring my front side this way, then I'm going to place it on the back, and I'm going to use the lining for the back to sew it down. Okay, I'm going to use the lining to turn it and sew it down shoulder to shoulder. So guys, I am done. As you can see, it's looking very, very beautiful, very, very fine. So now we're going to be working on our sleeve. I didn't show I didn't film the process of cutting my sleeve because we normally do that here. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description box on how to go about your basic sleeve. So I'm going to get the notch area of my sleeve, place it on the center shoulder, and sew it all together to the other side. Hope you guys understand. After then, I'm going to show you what to do next. So guys, I'm done fixing my sleeve, and this is how it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn it the wrong side, and I'm going to join my sleeves together. Okay, so I'm going to bring my sleeve just this way, place it together just this way, and I'm going to sew down to the waist of this. Though it's not going to get to the waist though, because I'm going to take my measurement to know how many inches it is for my gathers. Okay, so I am done. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the measurements all round. As you can see, I did not stitch it all the way down, so I'm going to take my measurements all round, then I'm going to use it to cut the for the down, that's the pleated, the gathered area. So my half length is 17, so I'm going to be minusing 17 and get the length of my dress. Though my dress, I want it to be very lengthy, like I want it to be longer than the one on the thumbnail. Okay, so I minus 17 inches and I got the length, the exact length I want this dress to be. Mine will be longer than the one on the thumbnail. Then when attaching the back, the back has a zip. I'm going to measure it differently and cut for it as well. So I'll take it to my machine and make a pleat on it. Okay, so you can decide to make a loose stitch on it before adding it on your fabric, but I did not make a loose stitch. What I did is I took my fabric and I made a pleat exactly on the body, because I wanted to have much pleat. Okay, so you just do whatever you want to do with your pleats. I pleated mine on my dress. So I am done making the pleats for the front. I'm also done making the pleats for the back. As you can see, I made the back area differently. This is one side of the back, and this is the other side of the back. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to attach our zipper. I'm going to bring my zip. I'll take it to my machine and attach my zip to it. So guys, I'm done attaching my zip. I'm done shaping my dress. So I have this cover button. When you get to I did mine in the market. When you get your fabric, you use your fabric, the pieces of your fabric, to make your cover button. I have 10 cover button here, though I'm not going to be making use of all of them. I'm going to be making use of 8 or 7 of it. So I'm going to place it right, like the way you see me doing. Is going to be on a straight line. Make sure it's on a straight line. So just make use of any number of cover button you want to make use of. It totally depends on you, but make sure it's on a straight line. So I'm going to use my needle and thread and stitch it all around. I'll use my needle and thread I'll use my needle and thread on it. So please make sure it's on a straight line. Okay, after using my needle and thread for it, this is it for the dress. We are done for the dress. I'm going to show you how it looks on my body. Okay, So guys, this is a finished look on my body. This is how it looks after we are done. So for the strands in front, I just decided to attach it for the thumbnail. Okay, so I just used my needle and thread. I made a strand. I used my needle and thread to attach it in front of my dress. So just do whatever you want. I'm fine with the elastic. I might even pull it off later. That's the strand in front, but I just did it for the purpose of the thumbnail. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you find this video educating. You find this video I hope you find this video interesting, guys. So if you find this video educating, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share this video, and leave a comment if necessary. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could get notified whenever we post beautiful videos like this. Okay guys, see you on my next video. Bye.